Welcome to the TezDown. Welcome.
I'm the Tez.
Mic check 1 2. Welcome. Welcome to the TezDown. Party time. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, research, education, and parody. Under this act, fair use is permitted use of copyrighted content that might otherwise infringe on the exclusive rights of copyright holders. The TezDown podcast is a platform for entertainment and education. Edutainment, a blend of education and entertainment, emphasizes content that informs while it entertains. The views expressed in this channel's commentary do not necessarily reflect or represent the views of the hosts, and may not always reflect complete or verified accuracy of information presented. All content, including commentary, analysis, and discussion, falls within the legal parameters of fair use. We make no claims to ownership of any third-party content. This is the TezDown. Sports unscripted, culture unfiltered. Thank you for understanding.
Don't want this smoke.
You don't want zero problems, big fella.
Are you making another beat, Daddy?
What up, nephew?
Ingenious is my dad.
Hey, Lay. Classic. Bass.
What?
Hard times ain't nothing. Really come from a struggle. Move around Michael Buffer. Always ready to rumble. All that mean is off the muscle. Y'all can't match my hustle. Screen bucket, that's a cuzzo. Bigger key to no muzzle. Lately I'm feeling exhausted. Think I'm tired of being humble. Cold jaw on the duffel. Chip on my shoulder, you don't wanna ruffle. Where I come from, everybody is cutthroat. Could've been dead, I'm just doing what I'm up for. My old homie jumped off the roof. I tried to shepherd, he was nuts so. Life, win or you lose, you gotta pick it or choose. Inspired, chose to win. Now I'm furs on a cruise. The shortest path always straight. Why you all in your own way? You scream YOLO to be goofy instead of using that to be great. You black, you should be proud. When I die split money with the apes, it's gonna be a ton. I'm running up the rate. My name on your tongue, I'm coming up the ranks. Consistency so persistently is the recipe. I cannot lose. My options in life is win, succeed, or win. How can I choose? I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. So damn it, I think I'ma do.
Welcome to the TezDown. This is the TezDown news. As you guys are well aware of, we're going to do the TezDown news on Monday morning today. And I appreciate you guys for showing up bright and early. First things first, the president has had issues. Again, they have been a third attempt on President Donald Trump. And we're going to talk about it a little bit. Yes, we are. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's go. We got to talk about it.
It's been just 36 hours since the attack at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and now the suspect set to make his first court appearance. Cole Thomas Allen's charged with 2 counts of using a firearm during a crime of violence and 1 count of assault of an officer using a dangerous weapon. ABC's Olivia Rubin has the latest, including a possible motive.
Yes, we are.
Today, the man accused of storming the White House Correspondents' Dinner, armed with 2 guns and a knife, set to make his first court appearance and face federal charges. Law enforcement identifying the suspect as 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen. President Trump, Vice President Vance, multiple cabinet members, and thousands of journalists inside the ballroom at the Washington Hilton Saturday night when police say Allen ran past a security checkpoint. The president posting this video of the alleged suspect. Police say Allen shot a security service member before agents took him into custody. Trump and the First Lady on stage when gunshots rang out, soon rushed out by Secret Service. Trump recounting that moment on CBS this weekend.
And they said, please go down to the floor. Please go down to the floor. So I dropped to the floor, so did the First Lady.
And praising law enforcement for acting quickly. Authorities say Allen booked a room at the hotel and traveled by train from California. Saturday night, they believe Allen used a stairwell out of public view to get close to that ballroom downstairs. And in a message sent to his family just before the attack, sources say Allen described himself as a, quote, friendly federal assassin, describing grievances against the Trump administration, saying he planned to target officials, prioritizing them from highest ranking to lowest.
We are actively combing through all the evidence that we've collected and going to continue to do that today and in the coming days and weeks.
Olivia Rubin, ABC News, Washington.
A Secret Service after-action review examining that security video and possible lapses is already underway, according to officials briefed on internal procedures.
Well, this is the third attempt that we've seen taken on sitting President Donald Trump, and the White House is releasing a press briefing right now. We're going to catch up with it on this show this morning. We're going to listen straight to them. So without too much interruption, let's see if we can get the Caroline Leavitt White House press briefing on here right now. Let's go.
President on Saturday to have this event within the next 4 weeks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Later today, President Trump and the First Lady will welcome King Charles and Queen Camilla for a state visit here at the White House. First Lady Melania Trump has led all of the preparation for the state visit, which will honor the long-standing and special relationship between the United States and the United Kingdom.
You got to fix your audio, Caroline.
As I told many of you on Friday afternoon, I thought that would be my last time taking your questions until after my maternity leave. But given the attempted assassination of the president and, quote, top Trump administration officials, as the depraved shooter noted in his manifesto at the White House Correspondents Association dinner on Saturday evening, I felt it was prudent to be here today to answer your questions and inform the American people about how the administration is responding to yet another attempt on President Trump's life. Saturday was supposed to be a joyful evening, celebrating free speech and the First Amendment with all of you, members of the press. Instead, the night was hijacked by a crazed anti-Trump individual who traveled across the country to assassinate the president and as many administration officials as possible. This is the third major assassination attempt against President Trump in 2 years. No other president in history has faced such repeated, serious attempts on his life. First and foremost, the president, the First Lady, and everyone in this White House are extraordinarily grateful to the brave law enforcement professionals who sprang into action to apprehend the would-be assassin and keep all of us safe. The president would especially like to express his gratitude to the men and women of the United States Secret Service who acted with the utmost professionalism, courage, and sense of duty. This includes the heroic agent who took a bullet to the chest. Thankfully, he was saved by his bulletproof vest. Minutes after returning here to the White House to the Oval Office, despite fighting Secret Service to try to stay and keep the dinner going on Saturday, ahead of addressing you here in the briefing room, President Trump was intent on speaking to this brave agent to ensure he was okay. And the agent assured the president that he was. As you know, I was seated next to President Trump and the First Lady when the shots were fired before Secret Service swiftly moved us to safety backstage. The president's calm in the face of chaos, while yet another individual was trying to take his life, was really remarkable to witness, and it's something I will never forget. President Trump is fearless because he loves this country, and he is willing to put his own life on the line to deliver on the promises that he made to the American public who elected him here into the highest office in the land. And while we are blessed to have a fearless president, we should not live in a country where such constant fear of political violence permeates our society every single day. We can and we should have fierce disagreement in this country. As you all know, we disagree often, myself in this role and all of you in the news media, but those disagreements must remain peaceful. Debating, peaceful protesting, and voting are how we need to settle disagreements, not bullets. Nobody in recent years has faced more bullets and more violence than President Trump. This political violence stems from a systemic demonization of him and his supporters by comments.
I will say he does still have an ear, y'all. Just say it.
Commentators, yes, by elected members of the Democrat Party and even some in the media. This hateful and constant and violent rhetoric directed at President Trump day after day after day for 11 years has helped to legitimize this violence and bring us to this dark moment. Those who constantly falsely label and slander the president as a fascist, as a threat to democracy, and compare him to Hitler to score political points are fueling this kind of violence.
What if you're not doing it to score political points? What if you're just doing it because it's kind of true? Right? Okay.
The left-wing cult of hatred against the president and all of those who support him and work for him has gotten multiple people hurt
Miles said
and
this
killed,
speech was written
and
a week
it almost
ago.
did so again this weekend. When you read the manifesto of this shooter, ask yourselves, how different is the rhetoric from this almost assassin than what you read on social media and hear in various forums every single day? The answer, if you're being honest with yourself, is that there is no difference at all. Much of the manifesto of the would-be assassin is indistinguishable from the words that we hear daily from so many. For example, as the First Lady of the United States pointed out this morning, just 2 days prior to the shooting, ABC's late-night host Jimmy Kimmel disgustingly called First Lady Melania Trump an expectant widow. Who in their right minds says a wife would be glowing over the potential murder of her beloved husband? And having experienced what I did with the First Lady on Saturday night, I can tell you that she was anything but that. This kind of rhetoric about the president, the First Lady, and his supporters is completely deranged, and it's unbelievable that the American people are consuming it night after night after night. As President Trump said on Saturday night at this podium, we as Americans must recommit ourselves to resolving our differences peacefully and uniting around the shared values that make our country great. The deranged lies and smears against the president, his family, his supporters have led crazy people to believe crazy things, and they are inspired to commit violence because of those words. It has to stop.
It's a lot more than just because of
and
words.
one more point. Saturday night served as yet another reminder of how important it is to fund the Department of Homeland Security. It is shameful that the United States Congress has kept this vital agency defunded for 73 days. The longest shutdown of a federal agency in U.S. history. The Secret Service is a vital component of DHS. It has been directly impacted.
Does it bother anybody else but me that she's now using this to push their agenda? She's using this to push the agenda, if you guys can't tell. So let's just watch a little bit more of it.
By this reckless political gamesmanship. Everyone in this room who was there on Saturday night witnessed the heroes of Secret Service and federal law enforcement jump into action in the face of grave danger and uncertainty. Agents put their own lives in harm's way to protect the president, the First Lady, the Vice President, and members of the cabinet. One agent can be seen in...
Well, the funniest thing about this, and it's not funny in too deep, but it is kind of funny. On March 30th, 1981, Ronald Reagan, the President of the United States, was shot and wounded by John Hinckley Jr. in Washington, D.C. Does anybody know the reason why John Hinckley Jr. gave as to why he wanted to assassinate President Ronald Reagan? It was because he said that a dog told him to do it for Jodie Foster. It would greatly impress Jodie Foster if he was able to complete this attack on President Ronald Reagan. Obviously, he did not succeed in ending the life of President Ronald Reagan, but he did shoot him. And he is still in a mental institution right now, if you guys didn't know. Dude looks like Chris Broussard. She is so right to do so low IQ test. Oh, okay. Attempt. He said you're looking for something that's not there. Thanks, Jerry.
Video footage literally jumping onto the stage, not knowing where the attacker was or where the bullets were coming from at that point, to place his body in front of the President of the United States. These men and women are heroes. They perform their duties daily, and they have children and families too. And they do it despite the political turmoil surrounding their agency. Make no mistake, this defunding of DHS should be a national scandal. If Republicans defunded DHS and we saw another attempted assassination on a Democrat president, I would hope that the media coverage would be relentless and unforgiving, and I hope that it continues to be now. With the World Cup, America 250, the 2028 Olympics, and a presidential election all ahead, The Democrats.
Tons of mice. When did they let out John Hinckley Jr.? I want to know. Where'd they send him to? Because last time I checked, he was still in, but I guess he isn't anymore. The story is interesting. But yeah, tell me more, Tons of Mice. I know you got some time on your hands.
Obstruction is placing an enormous and totally pointless burden on the Secret Service that can get more people killed. Enough is enough. There should be no further debate about this. Democrats need to do what President Trump has been calling on them to do.
Hey, we finally reached over 100 viewers on this episode so far. We have 100 viewers. Can you guys do me a favor? Just hit the like button for me. I mean, even if you don't want it coming up in your algorithm, it does help me out a whole lot. And I mean, you're here now, so why not come back tomorrow?
For 73 days in a row and fund the Department of Homeland Security, period. This is a national emergency, and every member of Congress needs to put their country over party and get the Department of Homeland Security funded. With that, I will take a few of your questions today. Okay. Daniel, thank you for being here. Why don't you kick us off?
Thank you, Caroline. The president, Saturday after the assassination attempt, came here. He emphasized that law enforcement did their job, keeping everyone safe at dinner. House Speaker Mike Johnson came out and said he believes the president needs greater protection. What is the White House's message?
Soldier Thought, what's up, Soldier Thought, said they are writing their own history. Also, DHS dismantled would be positive for military. DHS effective us a lot in the medical world. Hey, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. Souls, I think even if they don't want to dismantle it, they need to reform it, revamp it. Yeah. Watch, we get some bill like the Brady Handgun Violence Preventers Act, commonly known as the Brady Bill. Yeah, we're gonna get something like that, guaranteed. It's gonna be because it's starting to get ridiculous. It's starting to get out of hand right now. And I want to see what else she has to say because she usually gives us a lot of hints as to what's going to happen.
Message to the millions of Americans who wake up here today nervous, uneasy about the safety of the president at events like this and safety of their cabinet members.
Well, we certainly understand their fears and their worries. As you heard from the president himself, he continues to have trust in the United States Secret Service. As I just said, these are great men and women who are doing their jobs and performing their duties honorably. As we all witnessed on Saturday evening, within minutes, the president, the first lady, the vice president, members of the president's cabinet were ushered out of the room. The perpetrator who sought to inflict massive harm, as we all now know with the release of the manifesto on administration officials and the president himself, was stopped at the security perimeter that was set up. He tried to charge through it, as you saw on video, and he was quickly neutralized by Secret Service, and thank God that he was. With that said, obviously, the White House is always asking the tough questions and ensuring the safety of the president. I understand there will be a meeting early this week convened by the White House Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles, with top DHS leadership, members of the United States Secret Service, and our own operations team here to...
Okay, but here's the thing, though. If you guys are having so many problems with people trying to assassinate the president, why are you not getting better Secret Service agents? How come people don't know anything about this? The reason why is because the people that are in positions of power right now are not qualified to be there. And if they're not qualified to be there, they can't protect their own president. This should not continue to keep happening. One time, okay, somebody disagreed, but 3? We're not even through 3 years yet. We got a whole term that we got to get through. We have a whole term that we have to get through with President Trump. We're not even on the end of year 2 yet. We're not even at the end of year 2, and they've already tried to take him out at least 3 significant times, including shooting part of his ear off one time. Right. Oh, okay. I'm just saying. You guys tell me where I'm telling the lie at. I mean, you guys got a comment section. You let me know. Doof Bay Boof said this entire administration is incompetent. I can't disagree one bit. Linda McMahon runs the education department. RFK Jr. runs physical fitness and health. Really? He's not a physician, never has been, but he's in charge of it. And then you got Cash the Alcoholic Patel running the FBI and using the FBI to stalk a reporter who wrote a post about his girlfriend getting FBI funds And FBI is basically a Secret Service detail for Kash Patel's girlfriend, not his wife, not his fiance, not his kid's mom, not his children, his girlfriend. Kash Patel is a frat bro podcaster who is sitting chief of the FBI right now. And you guys don't think that that's a problem? I think it's a problem. RGB, Rod Give Power, said Trump is faking them. I can't disagree with you. Trump, show me. He is smart, reads, studies. Thanks, Ying Experience. May all that fight fall into a black hole. You made the low IQ test. Old people's ears keep growing. So wait, they grow back? Is what you're saying? They grow back like lizards? Yes. And every citizen of America with the pirate thug mafia and their illegal system as a total failure. Look, Metal Whisperer. I don't know exactly what you're talking about or why, but thank you. Souls of Thought said it will all just be a part of the story. Even though I'm conservative, I don't agree with these antics. I don't either. You know what I'm saying? I don't either. Nobody really knows which way I lean. I kind of just lean upon my own understanding.
Ensure the safety and the security of the president, as we do have many of these major events moving forward. So we're always monitoring operations and procedures, always asking the tough questions to ensure the president is safe, and the American people should be assured there's no higher priority for the president and his staff than the president's safety.
On Friday, you said that you thought that gaggle out of the sticks would be your last one for your baby. Back in 2024, when the president had the attempt on his life in Butler, you cut your maternity leave short back then. You're obviously back here today after Saturday. Can you just elaborate a little?
Well, that's the end for Caroline Levitt. She's not talking about anything else important. We have to continue going on with the show today. We got police fear coming up next because apparently the police can't keep their guns in their holsters, especially when it comes to black people.
A black group of, younger folk waiting for an Uber. They get held at gunpoint by the police. Here it is.
My safety. Yeah, please. I'm recording for my safety. What the is Farai doing?
Black male, wearing all black.
Ain't nobody got on all black. That's half the demographic. Somebody call, gave a description, said that somebody of your guys' description, stand over here, has a gun. That's like everybody in here. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Keep your hands up.
One by one.
Listen. Hey. Y'all are giving too many instructions. Stop with the instructions. One person at a time, one officer at a time, tell me what I'm supposed to do. Because I'm having a good time with my girlfriend at the bar. And we're waiting on an Uber. And I don't know what you're talking about. I'm probably a little bit intoxicated. Why are you shouting at me? This is a common issue when it comes to police and dealing with the police on multiple levels. You have 4 or 5 officers shouting different things at you to where you can't really follow the instructions because one is telling you, okay, I want you to take your left index finger and touch your nose with it. And I want you to shove your thumb straight up your ass. How am I supposed to accomplish that? Why would I want to accomplish that? Stop trying to make me do stuff, you nasties. What is wrong with the situation? And the situation is because these guys have temper problems and they can never control themselves. I'm just calling a spade today. Yes, I am. I'm tired of watching this type of stuff, but you guys can go ahead and finish it too.
One by one, we're going to pass you guys down to confirm that whether or not that is true or not, okay? All right, Justice League. You first, okay? We're going to keep those hands up.
All right, story time on why RPD pulled guns on me and my friends. So we're in downtown Rochester, just left an event, and we're trying to find a ride home. And then 5, 6 cops step up on the curb, immediately draw their guns out, point it at us, and tell us to put our hands up. And so at first, when you get a gun pulled out on you, what you do, you're going to comply. You put your hands up. So we're like, hands up. I start recording immediately, which is what y'all saw in the last video. They pulled the guns on us. They were like, okay, so we're looking for somebody and that looks like matching your description is what they say. And I'm like, matching the description. And they're like, somebody's wearing all black. We got a call. This one's wearing all black with a gun in the club or whatever.
Here's the thing for me. if they approach me and they say somebody's got a force multiplier, pew pew, somebody's got one of those, right? Yeah. I'm going to be standing there in my all black, and I'm going to say, well, if it was me, why would I be standing here waiting for you to come? Secondly, are you going to search me and leave me alone? Or are you just going to leave me alone? Because there's no other options here. You can't detain me because I haven't done anything. You can only tell me if there's a suspicion. Well, there's about 50 people wearing black here. Having fun while black is a misdemeanor in America. Can't do nothing.
And we got a call, so we're trying to find out if that's true or not. Mind you, I had a black polo shirt, blue jeans, and not one in my group, not one person had an all-black fit on. Be careful with Rochester Police Department. They're like...
It's a damn shame. Put it up full mass. These are young, black individuals, primarily male, simply standing. They are waiting for their Uber. As they are waiting for their Uber, all of these cops, you saw how many police officers were around them, grabbed their guns and pointed their weapons at these black males. The poster of the video wrote in the description, quote, context. Me and my 5 friends were trying to get a ride home. Then the police pulled up immediately, drawing their weapons out on us, demanding we put our hands up in the air. They said they are looking for someone, quote, matching our description. Our description. Does it look like all of them have on all black? Matter of fact, none of them do. You got a brother with a black shirt. They said they were looking for someone matching our description, wearing all black, and none of us was wearing all black. Most of us had black shirts, but not all black outfits. They still held us at gunpoint and thoroughly searched us before letting us leave. After that, they just left, did not pursue any suspicious activities, obviously racial profiling. Now, you have to wonder,
and I do,
did the fact that they happen to be all black have something to do with the bias in what happened? Because if you don't match the description, you don't match the damn description. If you're wearing a black shirt, which probably a whole lot of people are wearing a darker color at nighttime, going out, having a good time. I know I do. If you're wearing a dark color shirt, all of a sudden you become a suspect, not because you simply have on a dark color shirt, but because you happen to be black as well. And so the other parts of the description, notwithstanding, nobody has on all black. Lack of oversight.
Now, see, this is one of the things that's really starting to bother me the most. The lack of oversight here. I started to bring it up. The lack of oversight. Anytime that you go into these situations as an officer, the first thing that you should be thinking about is, who am I dealing with? Why am I dealing with them? And what is the game plan here to deal with them? Instead, none of them rush in there with any plan except to pull their guns out and to start yelling. This is why we keep seeing this happen over and over and over, the longer that we continue to go on in this modern society that we have. Okay, I understand that you're scared. Put your gun away. You pull it out, you're probably going to have to use it. That's the term, right? That's the rule that we've all talked about for years. If you pull it out, you bring it, you have it, and you're probably going to have to use it. So if you got it out pointing at people and their hands are up in the air like this, you're already in the wrong. And then you continue to shout instructions. If you guys remember, a few years ago, there was a unfortunate hotel hallway scene that happened in this same way. You have different officers yelling different things to somebody who is confused as to what to do. Their adrenaline is probably pumping outside of their chest. They're probably upset. They don't know what to talk about. They don't know what to say. They're just like, hey, we didn't do nothing. We're waiting to get on a ride. These are kids under 25, most likely. You hear how they talk. You see how they dress. You see what they look like. What are they going to do if somebody puts a gun in their face? Instructions. Yes, but there's 4 people shouting different instructions. Let's go back. Let's go back so you can see it again. There's 4 people shouting different instructions.
Black male, wearing all black. Nobody got on all black. That's half the demographic.
Listen, one by one, we're gonna pass you guys down to confirm that whether or not that is true or not. Okay. All right, Justice League. You first. Okay. Keep those hands up.
All right, story time on why RPD pulled guns.
Yeah, so as you can see, this was not a normal situation. No, it wasn't. It was not a normal situation. It was not a normal interaction. It was none of that. He said they're yelling too, so it's all noise. Exactly. You got everybody yelling. Everybody's doing everything. Nobody knows what's going on. You're on a busy street waiting for an Uber after you just left out of a loud club, bar, whatever. You couldn't hear what was going on. I am surprised that somebody did not get hurt in this situation. He said this is the standard protocol for law enforcement to cause concussions, confusion. I thought what you were saying. Yeah, Justice League. Yeah, I mean, this is it's really starting to get to be in a situation that's unwinnable, and we're gonna have more of these stories over and over again if this type of stuff keeps happening. So we got 2 more segments. Actually, we were supposed to have a couple more. We might be able to hit them, but we got 2 more segments. And I want to make sure we hit this one. The first one we're gonna start with is a segment from Conversation with Soft Rain. She's got some questions. And she says, after 40 years, you guys won't feel the same. So we're going to go into the lifestyle section of our show today. Let's get we don't have time for a stretch today, y'all, but y'all make sure that y'all get a TezDown stretch down while you have a chance. TezDown, stretch down. Everybody, get your stretches in that when you can. All right. We're going to try to make sure that we can do that. You know, if you guys want me to do a TezDown, stretch down, I want to see 1, 1, and 1 in the chat. Put your ones in the chat, and we're gonna do the stretch down. If not, we're gonna move into the next section, and that is Conversation with Soft Rain. 40 years? The lovely Conversation with Soft Rain. If you guys don't know, she's the first lady of the RSC. Welcome, Soft Rain.
Soft Rain hotline. Who do we have on this here hotline? Who am I speaking with?
What up? What up, Rain? It's Classic.
What's up, Classic? What you got for me?
None, chilling.
Oh, we got enough ones in the chat. It's time for a TezDown, stretch down. Let's go, y'all. Short stretch today, y'all. Let's go. Get those arms out. Let's get those arms out. Let's go straight into the neck rolls. Let's go. To the right. Combine it with the arm stretch. Yeah. To the left. What's up now? You can't wait for kids. Step back. Let's go. Let's go. All right, y'all. That was the TezDown, stretch down. We don't have a whole lot of time left, so we're going to make sure that we continue with the stories today. We got 2 more stories, maybe, if we can get through them. We can see what happens. But we're going to try to make this get going. We're going to talk about this a little bit. Maybe we're going to have a little bit more of an expose and a lot less of just the news, but more of the lifestyle section of our show. This is a TezDown, sports unscripted, culture unfiltered, and that involves living your life as well as learning the news around you. And that's what makes this show different. We're not just giving you the headlines today. This is not just a headline show. This is also talking about lives, and this is about people who might want to figure out what they want to talk about. How is the economy and how is life and how is politics affecting the way that we live in our relationships and our marriages? And we're going to hear from Soft Rain and see what she has to say about this, and let's see if we agree.
Yeah, titles, are they necessary?
Yeah.
It depends on who you ask. Me personally, I try to stay away from titles altogether for as long as possible.
What up, Tristan?
I hate to be this guy, but you know,
what up,
be this guy. Titles just lead to a lot of disappointment in my
What's
world.
up, Momo?
You know what I'm saying? Because titles come with entitlement. That's why the root word of entitlement is title. So you put a title on it so somebody can feel entitled to certain things.
Tons of money.
So once you give it a title, you give them entitlement. And depending on what the title is, the more entitlement come with it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that for some people, they would like to have them because they want to be able to hold your feet to some type of fire. You know, they want to know how should I be looking at you? What should I expect from you? You know, what am I allowed to speak up about? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So yeah, some people think that it helps, you know, draw clear lines. I think clear lines, depending on what type of relationship it is, are overrated. You know what I mean? That's just me. Because and again, it sounds pessimistic, but my stuff is just rooted in real world experience, and it's just how many people are really being honest anyway. how many people are really being trustworthy anyway. So it's like you put a title on it just so you can police somebody's behavior, just so they can disappoint you by being a human being. So I don't know if that's necessary or not. Me personally, I'd rather build a bond with somebody and just move however you feel like is respectful to me based on how you feel about me. I'm cool with that. Me personally, I've been through too much now. For the people who that's a little, what y'all say, who hurt you, and it's not even about romantic relationships, all of them, I'm saying.
Right.
So, so it's, all the who hurt you or who, why you think like that. Like, nah, I just, I've been around for a little while and I've been dealing with people the whole time and I know what comes with people,
I mean, that's the first thing that I definitely want to talk about and address too. Like it is overrated, and how you treat people matters a whole lot more than what you call it. It really does. Do you need the government to tell you how to love a woman? Do you need the government to tell you how to love a man? Do you need the government to pretty much do everything for you that you say you can't do for yourself? I don't think so. I think that when two people get together, whether it be here, whether it be in politics or whether it be in sports, in school, two people need to get together and have the hard conversations. If you can't have the hard conversations, no amount of titles is going to change that. Have you guys ever had a boss that you didn't like very much and you didn't really listen to them? Like they're your boss, but you don't care. You're going to do what you want to do when they're not looking. That's how most people are. And before people try to shout me down and act as if I've never had a boss that I didn't like. Yes, you have. We all have. If you have jobs, unless you're your own boss and being your own boss your entire life, you probably had a boss that you didn't like. That's just how it works. Nobody likes having a boss. That's one of the reasons why most of us work as hard as we do, so that we don't have a boss anymore. But it makes it even worse if you're dealing with the government to regulate your relationship. Don't you think? Nobody's going to be able to tell me what to do in my relationship, but the government can. Yeah, come on now. Do you really need a title for that? I totally understand having a wife and wanting to be traditional and wanting to do that type of thing. But here's the other question. How many people are worthy of being wives? How many people are worthy of being husbands? It's probably not as many as you would think, especially in today's times. So trying to go back, and this is where a lot of people make mistakes at. Modern problems call for modern solutions. And I think that we're going to start to begin a series about the modern solution. We talked about this before, but the modern solution needs to be a thing because it's not going backwards. And I will challenge anybody to tell me that it is going backwards. Starboy the Night, what's up? How you doing? I yoked up my last boss. So, tell me more about that. We got Into Deep. This is for you. We got Cantina Confessions with Into Deep. We're gonna talk about this with Into Deep right now. And Into Deep, I'm gonna go ahead and drop you a link. Come on up, Into Deep. I got Cantina Confessions with Into Deep. Come on up, Into Deep. I got you. In the meantime, let's finish talking.
So I personally stay away from titles, but I do think that you're gonna get a mixed bag from your average person. What was your thought about it? You said you need a title?
For clarity, like what are we doing? What are we doing? If, say for instance, we're in this talking stage and the relationship is progressing, feelings are being had, and we're starting to move differently. It's evolving. It's elevating from that talking stage. Like I feel as though I would need clarity. Like, what are we doing? Are we?
Momo said, that's straight facts, Tez. Titles are completely unnecessary. Actions matter. Consistency. Men be lying and be in whole frauds. I think that is a human thing. I'm not blaming men or women for that one. That's a human thing. I think that men and women both have their ways, and they know how to get by when it's time to get by. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? No? Okay.
Moving forward, are we staying in this little, am I your boo thing? Am I your lady? Is this going to be a situationship? All that, I would want clarity.
My answer would have been yes. And she would have been like, wait, what? The answer is yes. That's the only one I'm giving you. Well, I need clarity. Yes. You my boo thing. Yes. Do you love me? Yes. Just yes. Can you get upset about yes? Are you hungry? Yes. Did you eat earlier? Yes. Did you go to the gym? Yes. How many times are you gonna say yes? Yes, yes. That's just the best way I can do it for you. That's just how it has to be. You keep on asking questions. I only got one answer. Now, if you ask me something that's not a yes, I might just say yes anyway, just to see how you'll take it. But then again, that's up to you. And just about anybody else who wants to keep questioning somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to divulge or disclose what's really going on inside my head. Don't nobody need to see inside my head. No, definitely not the lady that I'm seeing. No, she don't need to see inside my head at all. I could, open the door a little bit, but you don't get to live there. Nobody gets to live there. That's my home. That's my house. That's my safe space inside my own brain. You know what I'm saying? It's like looking through somebody's phone. You don't want that. She said both. Both, bro, both. I don't know what feminism we doing right now, but hey, I feel you.
Somehow.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. You don't want to feel like, that you could potentially just be wasting time. So, I mean, I guess that's a fair ask in the romantic world. But when y'all say in general, I definitely would have to say not in general. But romantically, I definitely could see why a woman want a title, especially an intentional woman. I could see why y'all would ask for that. But I do have to add this piece.
Mm-hmm.
Just because there's a title, it don't change nothing. A person gonna do exactly what they want to do, regardless of what y'all call it. So I do think titles are overrated, but it do give you something to go off of, like you said, as far as your expectations. It's a tricky subject.
It is. It is.
Yeah. So what you gonna do?
Either I'm gonna stick around and see if it evolves into what my expectations are, or either I'm not. The only thing I worry about is like the relationship getting stagnant.
So what you got about this? We got a guest. We got Cantina Confessions with the man In Too Deep. What's up? We playing this segment, just if y'all didn't know. It's Cantina Confessions with In Too Deep. How you
hold
doing,
on,
man?
I can't hear you. I think my headphones, I'm having audio issues. What's going on, sir? Hold on a second. How do you turn off the settings?
There we go. Nope, now I can't hear you at all.
You can't hear me at all?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What's going on, sir?
Well, man, what do you think about that? What Reigns call in, and what Classic said about not needing titles?
I called in on that show, so I'll just recap what I said. I don't believe there is a title situation going on, especially when you get older.
Yeah.
But every single time I've ever been in a relationship that needed a title, it ended up, how do I say, it was used in a way so they have leverage or some kind of control in a way, right? We as men do not want to have a label, so to speak, because then it gives them, like Classic was saying, some kind of entitlement. Like they're better than just what the situation is, which it really wouldn't matter. It doesn't change anything. It just makes somebody else feels better, I guess, is the best way to say it.
That's understandable. So speaking of Classic, we have another segment that we're going to hit really right now with Classic.
Okay.
So these go back to back. And this part is actually up because we have a topic of conversation to go along with this that is it was brought in by not just the video, but by our viewers.
Okay.
So we have the section. This is what the viewer said, and we're gonna roll with this. Okay.
Okay.
The viewer said there are three options. Right, there are three options because a lot of another part of this was the friendship question about, and Classic mentioned this. I know we didn't get to show the whole show on here, but
Right.
Classic mentioned this that that a woman's encouragement, a luxury or necessity, that type of thing, and also what it is that she's doing with these friends. Is she allowed to have friends? Like this show was really deep. You know what I mean? And
Right.
Same thing with men. So what was brought up from this in the conversation that we were having is The anonymous says there are 3 options based on a held friendship with a sexual and emotional past that you're going to see somebody with. Number 1, you end the romantic relationship to keep the friendship. So that would be her ending the romantic relationship that she has or he has with the woman or with the man, whatever.
Okay.
Number 2, end the relationship and keep the romantic friendship or relationship. So end the friendship. So let me ask you, before I continue with number 3, what do you think is better? Do you think that if you're dating a woman and she has a friend that she had a romantic past with or anything like that, or even if it's just a physical past, do you think that that she needs to get rid of the friendship, or do you think that you can manage based upon what she tells you?
I have a stiff rule, and I developed this about 10 years ago. It's called no cheeks, no service. Meaning, I am not going to do boyfriend duties with no cheeks involved. So, if a man sticks around to a woman and not getting any cheeks, but still doing the boyfriendly duties, like, you know, coming helping them do certain things, then I would assume that he has some kind of feelings for her, because most guys wouldn't stick around.
Well, no, I'm saying he does have feelings for her. This is documented.
Gotcha. Okay, then no.
Like she told you, here's a scenario. Here's a scenario, and this is just about y'all. This is not about nobody specific. She told you, I have a friend. We definitely messed around before. I do not like him like this. And she means it. You know she means it because you know her. I do not like him like this. But he is a good friend, and we determined that we were not going to be anything, but we were going to be friends. And yes, he probably still has a crush because men don't let them go.
Right.
But there is a rare man that lets go of a crush that he had on a woman. A rare man. Matter of fact, the average man has a hit list of women that he would still go for to this day.
Right.
The average guy does. And I'm not trying to expose guy code or any secrets, but
it's not
I am a guy. I talk to guys, and every guy that I seem to know has a list of people that they would have done or still would.
Right.
Until they reach a certain age where it's just like none of this matters anymore.
I'm at that age, so I get you.
You know, and it happens differently for everybody. You know, I'm at the age where things don't really matter as much. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going after people. You know, I'm not going after people. I'm not trying to do this. And a matter of fact, so my answer might surprise you.
Right.
I do think that in certain situations, she can be friends with that person. Very minute situation, though. And it has to be, I'm thinking it has to be the 1 in 1 million. That is what I'm saying about this. Is not an everyday thing. This is not for everyone. This is not a trust all people. This is none of those. I cannot discount the fact that there are some people who legitimately do live like I live. There are very few of them, but there are some.
Right.
To where if they say I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this. I can't be coaxed into it. I'm not unsafe, any of those things. I do believe those people exist. I cannot be the only one.
I would prefer not to know. If
so
I didn't,
you don't want to know.
I don't want to know. Like, if that's your friend, okay, cool. That's all I need at this age, because I really don't.
What have you found out?
I didn't ask. I'm from a different era. We're from don't ask, don't tell.
Right. But in today's society, it's all about transparency.
So I wouldn't be the person you'd want that question from. I'm just saying I wouldn't want to know, because if I knew, then I would have a problem with it. And then if, depending how close they are, like is he calling her every day? Is he texting, hey, good morning, beautiful, kind of stuff?
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Every woman has a guy or multiple guys, or in 2026, she might even have girls texting her this.
Right. If she has an Instagram, she's getting it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so there is that bar moves, in my opinion. Hello, good morning. How you doing? I'm proud of you. All of the superficial compliments that people can give. To be honest, unless you're dealing with somebody who's kind of susceptible to praise in that way, then you're kind of good there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, it depends on the level of conversation. Like, are they colleagues? Do they work together? What is their connection? There would be additional that I wouldn't care about.
So that's where the linchpin really comes in at.
Right.
What
It
is the
depends
connection? Where is the connection? How did it develop? You know, because if it's look, y'all was on spring break in 1997 and y'all got drunk at a cantina on the beach.
Right.
That person's not really a threat, bro. You know
Not
what I'm
really.
saying?
Yeah, he got lucky. He just happened to be the right place at the right. The fire extinguisher.
That's what I'm
what they-
saying. It is a situation, and so like we're having the most real conversations today because
Right.
everybody talks about superlatives. We're not
Right.
talking about any superlatives. We're talking about real freaking life.
Mhm.
In real life, those things happen where y'all end up messing around, and well, maybe one person caught feelings.
Right.
Most of the time, it's the woman. Let's just be honest. Most of the time, the woman catches feelings. But there are
Yeah.
plenty of times when the guy caught feelings, and that wasn't part of the design. She
Or
might
he
have let
wasn't
him know
packing what
too.
he was supposed to be packing. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
ran into that situation where the dude just wasn't adequate in that position. So she was like, "Hey, you don't have to worry about it. Trust me, he ain't got nothing I'm interested in." And then you
And
know
that's the
what's
thing.
going on.
You know based upon how they're talking to you.
Right. The context.
So the third one, this is
Mm-hmm.
where I think we both lined up at. The third one that they said, this is from Anonymous. This is an anonymous comment / conversation topic. Anonymous said, number 3, the transparency compromise. Keep both your romantic relationship and your friendship with the history by staying transparent with your partner and making sure that your responsibility, you can tell that Anonymous is a lady, right?
Right. Of course.
It says, and making
There's
that
way
your
too many thought
responsibility.
words.
Right.
Thought
And you're and making sure that your responsibility is to reassure your partner. That's your responsibility. If you are going to keep the friend, they say that your responsibility is to make sure that there's assurance and reassurance in this relationship. And I can't disagree with that. Let me finish. It says communicate when and if you're going somewhere with that friend, tell your partner if they will be there before you go. If you go somewhere and they are there, shoot a text, let them know. You are ensuring that nothing can be misconstrued. This would be an external commitment as long as you guys have the romantic and platonic friendships. And here's the thing. I don't have a problem or think that anybody should have a problem with transparent communication.
I agree.
Not
I
if
mean, you
y'all
got
really
to worry
like each
about
other.
women nowadays, let alone men. Shoot.
Yeah, like if
Story.
you really like each other, why should transparent communication be an issue? Again, we have to have the hard conversations with each other, do we not?
Yeah, I agree.
And if we're not having them,
I personally, I wouldn't ask. That's just me. I was told a long time ago, you're going to hurt yourself by asking your own question.
well, so there's 2 lines of thought here.
Uh-huh.
What if you're like, for example, if someone was to talk to me about something like this, I don't think that I would be hurt. I don't think I'd be hurt at all. I think I would be informed. Like, okay, you trust me. You trust me. I didn't have to find this out. You told me. Like, that's where I make concessions at in as far as my quote unquote hyper masculinity could be. You know what I'm saying? I make concessions there because you told me everything. How I process it is on me.
I can appreciate that, but I don't need it. I don't care.
Right. I totally understand that. I don't think, and I think this might piss some people off, but I don't care. I don't think that total transparency is about being upfront about everything. I think it's situational.
Right.
I think it's situational.
If I were insecure enough to worry about it, I wouldn't. If you had a male best friend as a female, and I came into your world, I'm gonna think to myself, what is he lacking? That's my first question to her. What is he lacking? What is he missing? So that way I understand what he's doing wrong. Yeah.
Would you ask that question or would you just let her divulge?
Because it's pointless not to, because like women who have a lot of male friends and they don't have a lot of female friends tells a bigger story too. But let's just say she had well-adjusted individuals. She just happens to have a guy that knows her inside and out, right? So what is he not doing correctly? Because there's something he's not doing. Because if you think of it this way, if you were a friend of a woman, right? Your woman that you're dating, right? You're dating her, you understand her love languages, whatever, the gambit, right? and she cares about you as much as she would care about another man, but she doesn't want to date you, what's wrong with you? Is it her?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
you have
I would
to
have
ask
to
the question. And here's the thing. This is gonna sound crazy, but I'm thinking about it.
Right.
You ever thought that there are women who know that, okay, this guy, he's kind of big, he might be kind of strong, but he's definitely stronger than other women, and he's probably at least, at the very least, the same strength as the average other man that could attack me if I'm out. So I'm gonna keep this person around because this person, not only are they gonna treat her like a princess, but
Right.
she don't have to pay for
Crash
nothing.
out over her.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
they go white knight. Remember that term? Yeah, I brought it back, y'all. They're gonna white knight for her
Right.
the entire time.
Of course.
Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. If I can't be there, I'd rather have no pussy getting Greg, white knight, and make sure that she's safe and she gets back home with her goofy friends, because I'm not gonna be there.
Right.
Come on, D. You're not going either, are you?
Me personally, the type of woman I would pick, she wouldn't have that situation. I'm just being honest. But if we're playing the game, I've learned a long time ago.
Yeah, you got
I don't mess with any
take
dude.
yourself and everything that you've learned and make yourself 34 years old.
34 years old, I would
2026.
automatically get in a fight with White Knight. That would happen.
So okay, so we could talk about that.
Okay.
So you think that
I would argue with him on purpose. Yes.
Like what? So there's two things that you would do. The first thing that you would do is you would let him fulfill his white knight duties when you're not there. But when you are there, you dropping your nuts.
Exactly. Every time.
You gonna kiss the.
I'm leaving stuff all over the house.
You might give her a hickey.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. We have another segment. We got to finish this part up. Don't go nowhere. We got classic
mark my territory. I would mark it so cold.
Okay, so I can feel you there. I think, and here's the thing about this though. I would. It's time, guys. I would hazard a guess that if you were marking your territory in such a predatory and territorial way, that she would actually like it.
Exactly. It would be. She's playing that dude on me to get me to.
She wants you to flex a little bit, make your boobs bounce. You know what I'm saying? Shuffle them pectoral muscles. You know what I'm saying? Stomp it down real quick. Make her feel make the juices start juicing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but at my age now,
tell me that's not what it is.
It is. It's a flex. They want to see They want to see if they can move the needle with you. They're every woman is trying to see how far can I push this guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Not necessarily in a bad way, but hey, I want him to think about me in this way when I do this. So she's studying you. She's testing you. So she's gonna put you in a position where you and White Knight are gonna sit there. White Knight's gonna say something slick, and I'm gonna say something slick back. You know what I mean? And I won't take it to a level where it will be like confrontational, but I'll let him know, oh, that's okay. I'll make her pay for it later.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That works with kids too. If you're dating a single mom.
So yeah, it does. It does. So okay, let's listen to the classic segment, and then we'll continue talking about this. But we may have. Look, I know he's not here. I know he's not here. But
nigga, you know what's up. We kept the foul.
You know what I'm saying? I know he's not here. I know he's not here, but I think that that we might have been able to come up on a code cracking segment.
Classic.
Okay.
I think we might have been able to do that. Shout out to Classic.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. I'm of the mindset that we have. I think that in 2026, understanding that things are not the way they used to be, and she gonna have her friends anyway, she might as well have one that she ain't gonna give nothing to, but it's gonna do all the stuff that you ain't gotta do. Make your job a little bit easier as a man, don't it?
I agree.
Question of the day.
I agree.
All right, so we got another section of this story. Let's go.
Is encouragement from a woman a luxury or a necessity for a man's success? Talk to me, chat. I'm gonna play a little bop while we wait.
Hey y'all, hit the like and subscribe button while you're here. Classic really appreciates it.
Talk to me.
We gotta go
boost
quicker.
Your ceiling of potential, probably 3x, maybe 2 or 3x. So whatever your ceiling of potential was, you add in a woman that's all the way behind you, like all the way got your back. You know what I'm saying? Really, really on that. Like, you know, even in the moments where it's tough and you not even feeling yourself, she reminds you of who you are type shit. You get you one of them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's gonna probably 2x, maybe 3x your ceiling of potential. On the flip side, though, that same woman become, you know, she got your heart, she got your mind, she got your spirit, and she become a nuisance to you. She can reduce your ceiling of potential probably 2x as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's the side of the coin. So, you know, I get why you're saying it's a dinner man. It's definitely a luxury. I wouldn't call it a necessity though, because I know a lot of dudes, they go from being in a relationship to single and just become hella way more productive, and they just glow up. What's that? What's that one meme? That not the meme, but that one reel that was going around where the female was like, "Damn, like you break up with a nigga, all of a sudden he got a full sleeve tattoo, he got a new whip, you know what I'm saying, having money and shit." It's like, damn, was I holding you back? And then all the people do reactions to it. The dudes be like, yes. Yep. Yes. Yeah, they do the reactions. But yeah, if you got a good woman in your corner, yeah, it's gonna 2x your potential. That's my take. I don't think you need it. If you're the type of person that's self-motivated, you know what I'm saying, you actually don't need nobody for real. You can just, I mean, keep cooking. Consistency ain't never lost. It's undefeated. Black Mona said, a man don't need a woman to succeed. Yep, I agree. Trey Finesse said, more of a luxury to me. A man has to get it done regardless, but a strong support system from a woman makes a man go that extra mile. Yep, I agree totally. Ian Too Deep said it's a dinner man. Why you think it's such a small thing? He said, I'm a bitter ex-simp that got better after she left. Oh, okay. That's why you called it a dinner man. You still upset. He said, I am. Hey, okay, when somebody say they bitter, I believe you.
That was months ago, but explain that one a little bit.
Right now, you want me to explain it?
So just a little bit. Just let it know what that means.
A dinnerman is a phrase that we used to call in the military when I was in the military, when you have like we call them the barracks toy, right? And you try to treat her right because you think it's gonna be the right time and you're gonna be able to change her, but then 2 weeks later she's in somebody else's room. You're the dinnerman. She was looking for a full course meal, which that's where the dinnerman came into play.
Okay, okay, I get it. I see what you mean. So continuing to this part of the conversation, so I'm going to ask you the same question that he had right here. I know you already answered this question a couple months ago. Let's see where you at though. Is it more beneficial? And let's tie this into the last segment as well that that Anonymous brought up. I think this will work well. Is it more beneficial to have a woman in your life that? And I'm going to tell you what my answer is. Like, it might be counter to what most people are thinking too, that I would even say. But is it more beneficial to have the woman in your life where you guys have that open communication, that transparency, that you're the man, she's the woman, and you guys get things done together? Let's just call it the alpha and the alpha. The 1 + 1 = 11. Let's call it the 11 theory. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like she's
alpha and omega, right?
She top woman, you top man, y'all finish and end everything together, that type of thing. You got real power couple stuff. You know what I'm saying? All the doom and gloom that everybody else be talking about. No, it's some really good relationships out there, and it's some people that are out there that are working their relationships together, and they are really, really owning things. Let's talk about those people today. Let's shine the spotlight on the relationships that work. Okay. We're not talking about the ones that have dysfunction. We're talking about the ones where the man could come to his lady and say, "Look, I am not feeling this. Help me," and she could do the exact same.
Right.
We're not talking about the relationships where it's like I'm competing with her, or where she's competing with you, or you competing with all the dudes that's in the inbox. We're not talking about those. We're talking about the relationship that has zero competition. We're talking about the relationship that is all cooperation. All cooperation. Like, she don't try to big dog you. You don't got to big dog her. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that type of 1 + 1. Y'all both ones. We the ones. We in here. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all in here. What's going on, Classic? How you doing? Yeah, Classic, you missed about everything today, man. We coming to the end of it right now. You only got a couple minutes left, but y'all, Classic is in the building. We are using his video right now. I know what happened. You know what happened? You know what happened in Too Deep?
What's that?
This.
Say
What
his name and he appears.
Classic.
You start talking about him, right?
All you got to do is say his name.
Remember this day. Remember this day.
It's the Treyway.
Yeah. So, I mean, when it comes down to, I thought he had showed up in the studio real quick. I saw his face down here.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was in the studio.
That's why I thought you were talking about him coming up.
Yeah. I thought he was just gonna make. I thought he was gonna. He said Candyman class, y'all. Say his name. That's all you got to do.
Well, hey, I'm learning a valuable lesson. Don't look at the stream while you're talking, because then it messes you up. Because I'm looking at myself. I'm reading the comments because this man, you got some action up in the vert, and I'm like, But Skulls is in there letting them have
yeah,
it.
Skull was on the rooftops right now.
He's over there. 86 in these mugs, dog.
Oh yeah, 86 of them. 80, y'all don't know what 86 means. We do, and yes, that's why y'all get 86. Y'all get 86. That's why. That's what happens when you 86.
So, shout out to Skull, man. He over there just letting them have it.
Yeah.
But to answer the question you said about the relationships, I can tell you the difference between then and now, right? The alpha mindset, a woman that appeases that man, the alpha, is the omega, is what I was told. And I saw that when I was in the military with the command sergeant major I worked for. His wife she led all the women NCOs. And so they work together. Like if a man was effing up at home, the ladies knew about it. She would go and tell him, and then he would tell it would go downhill, right? So it was kind of this infinity thing that went through. So it made me realize what kind of woman I really want to be with. And then it's crazy that I made it this far single without getting married because of couple reasons. One, I'm very particular and I'm very unforgiving. You mess up once, it's a gunshot. Excuse me, I shouldn't say that. It's a wrap for that person, depending on what it is. So I believe that is the best form of relationship. Any man that has to get permission, I'm just not a permission type of dude. I ain't trying to. I watched my dad be married for 46 years, being an asshole, and you can't do that anymore.
So we only got a couple minutes, so I guess I'll wrap this part up, and I'm going to talk to you about this. And let me hear your feedback on this. Thing number one: relationships in 2026. We're not talking about 1972.
True.
If you're going to find you somebody, and you're not going to be her quote unquote sole provider. And what I mean by the sole provider is sole provider in everything. She's a housewife. She stays home. She doesn't really go anywhere. She doesn't really need to. She just kind of, when y'all go out, y'all go out. If you're going to do that, you're going to have a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But I do personally feel like that you need to have communication with them. I feel like that you need to talk to them and they need to talk to you. Now, I'm not telling you that y'all need to talk about everything all the time, because that is ridiculous. Please don't tell me everything all the time.
I can't do
tell
that.
me a lot of stuff, but sometimes, like, the way my brain works is my brain thinks about everything all of the time. So if you told me my favorite color is green and you came home with a green shirt on that I'd never seen before, where did you get that shirt from? Is the first question that I have in my brain. I might not even say it out loud, but then I'm thinking, okay, but you were active in this shirt. You wasn't wearing this shirt, but you left. What did you need a new shirt for? There's a lot of, now mind you, this is an arbitrary statement.
Right.
It's not, nothing specific or real, but it's just, throwing it out there in place of other things. And, when we asked the question earlier, and when the question was asked to us earlier about how to talk about transparency and be transparent with somebody without making it seem overbearing, but also to be understanding to the fact that the person is telling the truth to you. That's a big one. Because think about it this way, bro. Either you believe people or you don't, right? Because there's a very big difference between asking to understand and to have clarity and asking to interrogate, to terrorize, to accuse. Have you ever been accused by a woman of doing something that you
Of
didn't do?
course, always.
How did it make you feel? I like
I
give me
don't
a
care.
feeling. Give me a feeling.
Honestly, I don't care because if it's not true, I'm not going to play into it. Like I said, I don't argue with people. I make common sense out of it. If this is where the whole relationship stuff for me goes to Betty Bye. As soon as you make me feel like you don't trust me, what's the point?
See, and that's where I live at. I live
Mhm.
in you are human, I am human, and humans will human, right?
Right.
So because humans will human, we need to have a human conversation.
Right.
There is trust, yes, but then there's humanity. And what do humans do? They break trust.
Right.
So when you realize I'm not dealing with somebody who continually breaks my trust, or to the best of my knowledge has never broken my trust, then
Right.
I need to chill out and relax and let them tell the story. Because it's not an interrogation. It's not a I need to get more info. It's you need to tell the story the way you need to tell the story, not the way I want you to tell the story. I need to hear what
Right.
you have to tell me. I trust you. I need you to tell me what you have to tell me, so then I can either fill in blanks, number one, which is the main
Mhm.
one, right? That's where the root of jealousy is not knowing, right?
Mhm.
That's the root of it. The second part of jealousy is realizing that you don't add up. That's a lot
Yeah.
of people. If they don't stack up, they're going to have problems.
Yeah.
Classic said, there is trust, yes, but then there is humanity, bars. And that's the main focus here. The main
Mhm.
focus is that humans will human. And at the end of the day, you want your girl, your partner, whatever you're going to call them, you want them to be safe. Number one.
Right.
If you're a good man in their life for them, you want their safety above everything else every day.
Right.
You will train, you will become secure, you will get the necessary tools to keep them safe each and every single day. I think that on the man side, quality safety assurance has a lot to do with communication and
Mhm.
necessarily knowing what, because for example, like let's say that you got a 5 foot, 5'1", 5'2", 125, 140 pounds, 150-pound woman that you're dealing with, right? What is she gonna do to keep you safe if a brawl was to break out? Probably nothing. She might attack if she one of those banshees. She might attack.
I wouldn't want her to, but yeah, I get it.
Right. So my thing is, but the odds are you should be able to defend yourself, because if you can't defend yourself, how can you defend her? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had to move my camera because my defense is behind me. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I get what you're
So
saying.
it's
Yeah.
less a question about what she doing, and this is safety. Number one, this is safety for you. It's the safety for me, because like you said before, you dropping your nuts as soon as you walk in the room.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. But I think the nonverbal communication is key. My actions should speak louder than my words. So if I'm so-called doing an action which might be questionable for you, the things that I would say to you is like, okay, has my actions shown you what you're really feeling?
And that's the key that I was getting at. The actions, unless they are an Academy Award winner,
Right.
which there are some, but unless they're an Academy Award winner,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to talk. You don't need to talk about it. And what I mean by this is you're not questioning what they are.
Mhm.
You're not questioning who they are.
Right.
You're questioning how to move in a situation that you weren't a part of originally, and that you are a part of now, in a situation that you want to stay a part of. How do you
Right.
move and make sure that everybody is good, including the dude who's nuts, the dude who you want to drop your nuts on, as you know, out of your own mouth?
Well, just we're talking about me now, right? That guy, I would try to find out what he does for a living, because I'm this type of person. I'm a help. I want to see people successful. So let's say he was in insurance. I'd be like, hey, do you give commissions if I bring people to you? I'd make it a reason for me to have conversation with him, so that way I know.
I couldn't do that. I wouldn't. I don't really care too much about. Like if somebody's got a friend, they got a friend. That's not my friend. I don't want them to be my friend. I'm not trying to hang out with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that I couldn't exist in the same space, but I'm saying like that's their friend. Like, this is a structure, a comfort structure that was built outside of me, right? So if I come in there, I'm only doing one thing. I'm tearing stuff up, right? That's how it always happens. Every if think about it, bro. If you let's say that you're married and you introduce your wife to your best home girl, right?
I wouldn't.
It's gonna create problems.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would just stop talking to every single female known to man.
And like,
except for my mom and my daughter, that's it.
Izza said no words are needed. I think she's right. The classic code said, "What? Hey yo, pause." He said, "Yo, my friends ain't my friends. Them yo people." The classic code said, "Y'all cooking." Look, it's the truth. Think about it. Those are her friends, right? They should stay her friends. They should stay her friends.
I've learned something that you probably haven't gone through yet, but I'm just saying how I can break down the thought process now versus then. I understand where you're coming from.
No, fill us in. We only got 3 minutes, but fill us in.
The mindset that I'm in fourth quarter. Do I want to spend the rest of my time worrying about what some other dude is trying to do to my girl or wife or whatever?
Right?
I don't have the bandwidth to care.
And you trust her. You would trust her enough, I'm sure. Especially after she already told you.
I trust myself. I don't trust nobody. I trust myself. So I'll give you this. I said this, I think, on Classics once. Like, trust a snake to be a snake. You got to handle it different. You just can't let it slither around because it will get you. Like you said the same thing about the scorpion and the tortoise, right?
Yes, I did.
So if you knew how to handle the scorpion couldn't kill you. It couldn't hurt you.
Right.
So you would grab it by its stinger.
Yep.
After that, the claws
can't hurt you anymore.
I'm in Arizona. We get them all the time, right?
Yeah.
I'll pick one up and put them over here. And
to bring this together.
Yeah.
So
I coexist.
Right. We both truly believe that, especially right now, like I said, you're not Ike Turner.
No.
You can't be.
It's not worth going to jail for.
You can't be. You'll go to jail.
Yeah.
So authoritarian leadership is essentially dead.
Right.
Now, but also with the loss, and y'all never see this side of me again. But with the loss of authoritarian leadership, you're able to form real and lasting relationships.
Right.
Because now it's two people dealing with two people on a quote unquote even playing field. Even if it's not level, it's even. You know what I'm saying? It might not be a level playing field, but it's an even playing field.
You need to read this book. It's I can't remember the title of it. I'll send it to you, but I can't remember the title. But it's by Dale Carnegie. It's talking about how to influence people and friends or whatever, right? So the best way to end the relationship is to do something that's going to go against the grain.
That's usually how relationships end.
Right. So what's the opposite? Going with the grain. So if you befriend her friend, she probably, and you guys get along better than she will, she'll nix that between you two. She's like, you guys are not allowed to hang out.
But that's also changing dynamics that don't need to change.
Right. But she will change the dynamic between us, because now once I see her do that, that means, she's uncomfortable with that kind of relationship. Then I don't have to go that far. If she's willing to allow me to be friends with that person, there's how to influence people. It's about influence, right?
I will
influence
say
amongst others.
And I think we need a part 2 of Cantina Confessions with In Too Deep.
The
Cantina
old school
Confessions with
wisdom.
In Too Deep, y'all. I will close it off here before we continue. This is not a closed subject.
Okay.
I would again hazard a guess that things will become natural if you and her are good. I think that if you and her are good, things become natural. You can talk to her, she can talk to you. Y'all are humans. Y'all know that y'all have moments of weakness. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Y'all are humans.
We all make
And-
mistakes.
and I will say this. I do think that there is an element of trust that does need to be addressed, but we cannot address it today. I have promised you guys, In Too Deep will be back for Cantina Confessions Part 2 with In Too Deep. What we got? Let's finish up the comments before we get out of here. Classic
Okay.
said, "Your friends ain't my friends, them yo people." International Skull said, "Her friends are her friends. I don't want to meet them, talk to them, see what they look like. None of that." Classic said, "If she has 5 friends, 3 of them want to sleep with me. Keep your friends from around me, man."
That is
day. Remember this day.
Hey, that is a fact.
She told Classic.
Now, I tell you what, I like you and I want you. Now, we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Right? I mean, all I want to know is Classic. Seriously, Classic, you gonna say that out loud?
What?
Look, okay, we gonna leave it there for a second. Izzy
Oh,
said,
shit.
it's
That's
still
funny.
about trust.
Clip that.
Yeah. Yeah. Roxy said, "Damn, Classic." And yeah. So let's continue. Let's continue to get this over with. Because he has started. He done started, y'all. He done started, and I don't want to start. You know what I'm
Enough
saying?
about
Like,
me. Let's talk about me. What do you think of me?
this is the TezDown.
Welcome down, Tez.
Gotta walk him down. Gotta walk him down. You know what? You know what? Look, we got.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Dude, we got to look. I want to thank you for coming on and talking about this. This
Oh.
does need to be said and talked about at a more oh, the comment sections.
Yes,
Oh, man.
that's all.
This-
You see, are you looking at
Classic.
Miles?
Classic. Where's he at? Classic. Let's go. We need you. Not to booty worry.
That's Miles, man.
Miles in here. Everybody.
Yeah, that's
going
Miles,
crazy.
bro.
Oh man.
That's Miles. I saw that. I was
Miles.
like, not the booty warrior.
Oh man. Look, see what
The
y'all done
booty
did.
bag got you.
You see what y'all done did, man. We will have part 2 of Cantina Confessions with In Too Deep. And we want to thank In Too Deep for everything that he's been doing for all of our channels.
Hey,
Before we
man.
get up out of here, we're gonna leave you guys with this. I am the Tez. This is the TezDown. This is what we did in Chicago. This is our show. Thank you guys for showing up today.
Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only gonna do this once. You always knew I'd make it in the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time, for real? Yeah. I couldn't tell. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times, couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. But watching my story, y'all winning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't call? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Put that on my soul.
Find the Tez. Find the Tez.
Welcome to the TezDown. Welcome.
Find the Tez.
Mic check 1 2. Welcome. Welcome to the TezDown. Party time.